Good morning, all of you. Today we are giving the introduction session about the open electives offered by the mechanical department. So totally we are providing 4 open electives for the upcoming 7th semester. The students have to choose any one from the given 4 subjects. So now we will begin with the demo of the open elective subjects. First we will begin with the project management. The introduction to this subject will be given by Dr. Gogte madam. So the demo will start now.
Good morning, students. So myself, Gitanjali Gugri from Department of Mechanical Engineering. So I am going to teach the subjects of project management as an open elective. The subject code for this is 18 ME 761. As you already know, the project, so many projects are going on in and around us, right from Smart City of Belgavi to the 4G to 5G, from conventional vehicle to the electrical vehicles. Many challenges are there ahead of us to change our conventional method to the present technology. In that case, project management plays an important role, and it's very good subject to learn. It's a theoretical subject. So out of 5 units, you will be learning 4 units as a theory and 1 will be the numerical one. Here you will be learning the scheduling techniques. So let me go through the syllabus. So in the first unit, you will be learning about what exactly is a project, how the project changes its life cycle right from the conception till the completion of the project, what is the role of a project manager over there, what are the different categories of a projects. So that we will be learning in the first unit. So when you come to the second unit, we will be focusing on feasibility of the projects. Yes, of course, many ideas are there, but whether these projects are feasible or no, with respect to the different terms, we need to study the feasibility of the particular idea which we want to put it as a project. So in the third unit, it is an important unit. What is the organization chart you need to follow for this? So this organization chart or the organization chart becomes the backbone for successful completion of any of the projects. So you need to define well in advance all the positions so that you will be able to complete successfully. So the fourth unit deals with the tools and techniques. To complete all these tasks, right from idea generation, planning, organizational charts and all, you are supposed to use the different tools and techniques. So in that case, we will be learning the scheduling technique, how to complete the projects within the minimum prescribed time with a minimum cost with a better performance. So that we will be learning in the fourth unit. So fourth unit is a totally a numerical unit. Then going to the fifth unit, coordination. Yes, we are going through the process of completion of the project. Coordination and direction becomes the challenging things when you are going to apply practically. In that case, what is coordination? What is direction? How to control that we will be learning in the fifth unit. Right from the conception of idea generation of a project till completion of the project, how to complete, what are the challenges we are going to go ahead, how to take up, and the different case studies also we will be doing in a different stages of the project. So this is about the project management. It is a theoretical one. Out of 5 units, 4 units are theory. Then the fourth unit will be the numerical one. It is a quite interesting and quite challenging once you can go through this subject. Thank you. Thank you one and all. Any questions?
Good morning, everyone. So myself, Dr. Anupama Kallon, Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department. Today I am going to give the introduction about Total Quality Management, which is an open elective with the course code that is 18 ME 762. The hours 300, the hours and week, that LTP, and CIE marks are 50, SEE 50, and duration is 3 hours for 100 marks. So to start with, as you know, here you are going to learn about the introduction. On introduction part, you are going to learn in unit 1, in that principles and practices of TQM, that is definition of TQM, what is TQM, why TQM, total quality management, why it is so important in the organization, what is the role, what is how the management people are striving for improving the quality of the products or quality of the service rendered to the customers, so that they can attract more customers, or they can develop their product in a much better way, so that they can sell more and they can earn profit. In turn, they can improve the productivity of the organization. This is what is the objective of learning this TQM. Every organization, and this is the important aspect is that this TQM is what you can say in the word which has come into picture with the Japanese management system. So in as already you know, the Japanese people are totally giving importance to the improvement of the quality, foolproof process, okay, zero defective. All these things are going to meet the total quality management, or by using all these techniques or tools, we can improve the quality of the product. In turn, we can improve the total quality. We can use this concept of total quality management to improve the productivity of the organization. So in the unit 1, you are going to learn, as I told, a definition of TQM, basic approach to TQM, and gurus of total quality management who has developed this total quality management concept. Okay, and TQM framework, definition of quality, what is the importance of quality, what is the dimension of quality, obstacles in implementing TQM, benefits of TQM, that you are going to learn in unit 1. Along with that, you are going to learn leadership qualities also, how the leadership qualities the manager should have, so that he can implement this total quality management to improve the profit or to increase the profit. That also you are going to learn in the first unit. And the leader has to make some strategic planning, so that we can achieve the good quality, we can come up with a good quality products, and we can sell more products, and proper service need to be given to the, or quality service need to be given to the customers. Then second unit, you are going to learn about the customer satisfaction. That is very very important these days, as you have already know that whenever you go for whenever you buy something, immediately you'll get one feedback form or something, so that they want to get the information about how the what is the quality of service, so that they can improve. As that you are going to learn in unit 2, customer satisfaction, internal and external customer perception of quality, what they expect, and feedback. Using customer complaints, they are going to improve their process, as well as quality of the product or quality of the service being provided to the customers. In that unit only, you are going to learn about employee involvement. So how the employees of the industry are responsible for improving the quality, or how they are connected with the total quality management concept. So that you are going to learn. In that, you are going to learn about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, Hesberg's two-factor theory, employee wants, and achieving a motivated workforce. How you are going to motivate the workforce, so that they can contribute towards the improvement in the quality or total quality management. Okay, employee surveys, suggestions, and recognition and reward, all those things, performance appraisal, benefits of this concept to the employees, those who are involved themselves in improving this. So all these that you are going to learn in unit 2. Unit 3, continuous process improvement. Continuous process improvement, here you are going to understand how the continuous process improvement can be achieved. So that is the Kaizen, Six Sigma. These are the tools which are being used to improve the process, continuous improvement. It is not necessary that the improvement will stop at one point of time. So it is a continuous one. So this year you have achieved something XYZ. So next year you are supposed to add X plus 1, Y plus 1 and Z plus 1. This is what you are supposed to understand. So this is a Japanese technique that all the time all the employees as well as the management has to get involved themselves in improving the quality of the industry or the process or the service. Then supplier partnership, performance measures, and other topics you are going to learn in unit 3. And unit 4, the tools and techniques of TQM. These are very very important. Unless unless the tools and techniques are being used properly, effectively and efficiently, we cannot achieve the total quality management in the organization. To do that, we need to understand what are the tools available and how to use them. One of them is benchmarking, total quality systems, quality deployment function, or quality function deployment. All these are the three. Many are there available. So unit 4, they include benchmarking. So in that, so what is benchmarking and reasons for benchmarking process or process of benchmarking, all that you are going to learn. And introduction to ISO, benefits of ISO, how we will have to develop the documents to go for ISO certification and all those things. And QFD, so the voice of the customer, house of the quality, building a house of quality, QFD process and benefits that you are going to learn in 4th unit. 5th unit, quality by design. So quality by design or QFD. So product development flow diagram, how the flow diagram need to be drawn, need to be addressed so that we can achieve a proper quality. We'll have to design the process of achieving the quality that you are going to learn in 5th unit. So that is failure mode and effective analysis. In that again all the related topics you are going to learn here. Statistical process control. So that is control charts. Okay, whether the process is under control or not by using these charts. These charts are the tools which we can use to understand or to find out whether the process is under control or not. If the process is under control, then there is a we can minimize the defects. Okay, so we can improve the process and we can minimize the defects or we can reduce it so that we can achieve the quality again. So this is about some numericals are there in this chapter, that variable control charts for attributes and numerical. Some other numericals also have been added in this related to these topics. So these are the 5 units that you are supposed to learn. It is 85 to 90% theoretical and 15 to 20% it's analytical subject. So it is very interesting and easily you can score high and you can do it well. Okay. Any questions? And the other things will remain same. That is the CIE component will remain same. I think already you know that. No need to explain that. And SEE component is also like that. Any questions? Okay. Thank you so much.
Speaker. Good morning, everyone. Okay, myself, Professor Veena Badigir from Mechanical Engineering Department. So today I'm giving introduction about the subject Statistical Quality Control, bearing course code 18ME 763. Okay, so there are two things here. First thing you need to understand is why this subject has been floated as an open elective. So this being earlier, it used to be only in mechanical engineering department. Only mechanical engineering students used to learn this subject. But now why we have made it open elective, open for all the other departments, IT, non-IT. Okay. So thing is, you go to any industry, IT or non-IT or anything, production industry, there will always be one department called as quality control department, quality department. You come up with any product, you take any product, whether it's a service or physical product. Service in the sense, it may be a hospital, bank, hotel, anything. Service oriented industries and product oriented industries. Everywhere, the prime emphasis is on the customer satisfaction. Okay, to satisfy the customer, we need to deliver quality products or quality service. And now, how to maintain this quality? So, a set of people belonging to quality control department will be continuously working on maintaining the quality and assuring the quality of the products and services. Okay. With respect to your IT industry, computer science students and IS students, most of the times you will be working on service oriented industries, service oriented stuff. So then you might have heard, for example, if you are using a software and there are so many bugs in the software, or it's not user friendly, these are all quality issues, right? So how to overcome with these obstacles or problems, and how to assure the customer that you are going to provide quality service. So there are various techniques and tools used to maintain the quality. That is the prime work of this quality engineering department. So what we have thought, uh, why only mechanical students take advantage of this subject or privilege of studying this subject? Let everyone, be it a civil engineer or computer science or electronics or electrical, let everybody understand what is quality, how to assure quality, how to maintain quality, what are the different tools available to meet this criteria. So that was the main objective behind floating this subject as open elective. Okay. So now coming to the content of the subject. First, you should know the course objectives of this subject. This is basically deals with, at first place, understanding of various aspects of quality. Okay, if I ask you to define quality in a single word, it's difficult. Quality has a very broader meaning. Okay. When you are going to buy any product, different products will have different quality characteristics. When you are buying a smartphone, the quality aspects will be different. Quality characteristics will be different. And when you go to buy some apparel, like some shirt or pant, the quality characteristic will be different. So, how to define quality and what are the various theoretical aspects of quality? So, that is first objective, and second objective is to make students to understand the importance and implementation of quality policies in the organization. Organization in the sense, any industry, IT or non-IT. Why we should implement all these quality policies, and to educate quality control tools and their implementation in the organization. That is various, as I have told, various quality control tools and techniques we are going to use, and to provide the knowledge of the basic concepts of acceptance sampling. So with these objectives, now I'll move on to the content. Okay, there are 5 units. uh, First 2 units are completely theoretical, and third, fourth, fifth unit, theory plus numericals. So theory in the sense, third, fourth, fifth unit, theory about the control tools, quality control tools, and then application of those tools for particular problems. Okay, and then representation of the data in the form of different charts. Okay. So in the first 2 units, you will be learning everything, all theoretical aspects related to quality, like the definition of the quality, quality of design, quality of conformance, quality of performance, quality function deployment, cost of quality, and in the second unit you have quality assurance manual, field complaints, quality rating of outgoing projects, quality audit, executive report. That is how you are going to represent the data. And also statistical process control, quality of work life, and quality policy deployment, and error proofing. So all these things you are going to learn. It's all theory. You should understand the meaning of all these things. Then only you can apply these things for the real time problems. So from starting from the third and fourth unit, they deal with the control charts. Okay, quality control charts is a mm, quality control tool which are extensively used across the world, across various industries to maintain the quality and to represent the data related to quality department. There are two types of control charts. First one is control charts for variables, which is used to process and represent variable data. Variable data in the sense continuous data. Any data that has been taken or collected on a continuous scale. That is called as variable data. And whenever we are processing variable data, we are going to use control charts for variables. And in this, you have X bar chart, sigma chart, and R chart. So here you also before starting the control charts, you are going to learn how to do the grouping. That is subgroup size, uh, frequency of the subgrouping. That is subgroup in the sense sampling. Okay. And what are the chances of making an error, and then how to draw conclusions from the control charts. That is interpretation of the control charts. You collect the data, you process the data, you draw the control chart. But you should know how to interpret the data from the control chart. Okay. So to do that, we will be taking up some numericals, some real-time applications, uh, and then we will be interpreting the data. Same thing with the attribute charts. Attribute chart, control charts is for the attribute data, where some discrete data we are collecting and processing it, which is not continuous. The data, for example, we are going to check uh, we are inspecting a product, physical product, for the dimensions. Okay. And in variable, if we are collecting variable data, what we are going, if the length of the particular product is 15 mm. Okay. And there will be, of course, deviations. For variable data, we are going to write down or enter exactly, uh, note down the exact dimension. We are going to, like, for example, 50 samples we are going to measure, and we are going to write down whether all of them are falling within the tolerance limit or not. Okay. But in attribute data, what we do, we are going to just check whether it is accepted or rejected, whether it's a good product or bad product, which is not on a continuous scale. Okay. So that type of data is called as attribute data, and we are going to draw the control chart for attribute data also. And here you have P chart, NP chart, C chart, and U chart. And then you have to compare these control charts. That is control charts for variables and control chart for attributes. Okay. Uh, and again we'll be solving some numericals. And fifth unit, very important, it is acceptance sampling. uh, Here there is something very important is there, that is OC curve, that is operating characteristics curve, to understand producer's risk and consumer's risk. That is what happens to the producer and consumers when they accept the bad quality product or when they reject good quality product. There is a curve which you need to learn how to draw it, and how to identify the producer's risk and consumer's risk. And then quality indices for acceptance sampling plan, and you have to learn 2 3 acceptance sampling methods, different methods: single sampling plan, double sampling plan, and sequential sampling plan. And then there is something called as ATI curve, that is average total inspection curve, which will help you understand whenever you are doing inspection, whenever you are conducting the inspection, how it behaves when there is a bad quality and when there is a good quality. And to understand how many, that is average total number of inspected products, how do you understand that, and how to plot the curve. So all these things you will be learning. uh, it's quite interesting, fifth unit. I think that's all about the content. um, I can say if you understand the concepts clearly, then it's very easy. Even the numericals are not very difficult. uh, Easier. It's not like some differentiation, some trigonometry. No, it's basic math. And these are the books. Books are available in the library. Yeah, that's it. Any doubts? Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yes, good morning to one and all. I am Professor Pradnya Kulkarni from Mechanical Department. I will be giving the introduction on supply chain management. The subject code is 18ME 764. It's an open elective. Before we start with what exactly is this supply chain or what is the syllabus, let me tell you what is the importance of supply chain, and I will let me give you some brief introduction about that. So basically, what is supply chain? Supply chain is what it is a management which will make the entire process to flow in a very smooth manner. That is the flow of the goods and services between any business or any deal, any tender to the location, that is till it reaches to the customers. It can also be said that it is like you are designing something for that process or project, then planning, you're executing it, and then you're controlling and you're having a monitoring. That means it is a continuous process of flowing. That's why it is known as a supply chain flow, where you're managing all these things. Okay, what is the main objective of this? To get the entire profit for any product, any process, whichever you make to happen and execute that into the market. And let me tell you that there are various supply chain softwares, latest softwares which are developed in overall. So basically, supply chain doesn't mean that it is only restricted to your manufacturing any process or any product and then reaching it to the customer. It may be anything. It may be with respect to your civil construction. It may be with respect to your architecture. It may be with respect to your retailer shop, wholesaler shops, or it may be with respect to your any IT sectors, or it may be respected to any educational institution, any banking sectors, etc. Wherever you go, you have to bound with this flow of supply chain concept. So few of the softwares which are related to this supply chain are E2 Open, SAP supply chain software, Oracle supply chain software, Info supply chain software, GDA supply chain software, Dassault system supply chain softwares, etc., and many more to go. So basically, the supply chain is how you are going to deal and what are the strategies which you will be applying to get and to see to it that any process you make, you will get or you will turn it into a profit and then surplus of that profit. So basically, the first unit deals with building of a strategy framework to analyze supply chain. So in this unit, completely the basic definition of the supply chain we will be discussing. That is, what do you mean by supply chain? What is the importance of supply chain? Definition, various stages, decision making of the process, and the process flow of the supply chain, where there are two process flows, that is cycle view and the push pull view. And then we will just discuss about what is the supply chain flow and the various prominent examples related to the concept of this supply chain. And the next part which we will be discussing in or which we will be studying in this first unit is competitive strategies and the supply chain. That means every strategy, how you are going to relate it and see to it that you meet the requirement with the optimum cost as well as the effect of that, that is the response of that will be doubled. So how we can achieve with respect to these achieving of the strategic fit, and then in that achieving of the strategic fit there are 3 stages. Okay, wherein first you will just have to understand the process, then you have to go with the flow and then execute the entire process. Then there will be a zone of that where you will be just fitting the entire process. So any product whenever you want to buy, you see to it that it should be at the optimal cost, and you should have you need to have a good quality of that product, and it should be more durable. So all these components or parameters will be included to frame the you can say to frame the strategy so that you get the all these output in one single product. Okay, then we are going to discuss, or we will be discussing about the expanding of the strategic scope, like how we can expand the process of that flow. This is all about the entire process in the supply chain of your first unit. Then the second unit deals with the drivers of supply chain performances, and there are 2 subdivisions. That is, first one is drivers of supply chain performances, and second one is designing the distribution network in a supply chain. These drivers of supply chain performances are that where you exactly have the logistical drivers as well as your cross-sectional drivers, where these all will be clubbed with the entire process to get the net flow of that, and the profit is surplus for every company, every product and every process whichever they will take. So what are the drivers which are included into that? What is the inventory? Where is the transportation? Which best transportation method you can use? Which is the best inventory storage you can have? Then what are the facilities which you are going to give for that product to make it to happen and to increase and make a benchmark of that product into the market? And then what are the basic information we need to give, and how these all will contribute to the entire supply chain to move or to have a flow of that entire process in a smooth way. And then we will discuss about the obstacles for achieving these entire fits. Okay, and then one or the other case study related to these drivers of supply chain performances. And then next one is designing the distribution network in the supply chain. Now so far whatever we had discussed was about the theoretical part of the entire subject, that is what is supply chain, etc. Now this is the next part wherein you will give the design network of how best utilization you can give, or within short period of time, within a small amount of time, where you can reach the entire product. That means the product reaches the customer within the time. Okay, so what are the roles of that? What are the factors influencing? Actually there are 2 factors, that is service factor and the cost factor, and how these are dependent on each other to get the entire product flow. And then there are various design options for the network of the distribution and the e-business, like how we have changed from the network design to the e-business of the entire product. And then the case study on the distribution network. Then the third unit is about the planning and managing inventories in the supply chain. This is the, you can say, the main role in the entire process, wherein you have planned something, you have designed any product process, how the flow should be there, you have even selected the suppliers, etc. But where you are going, how we are going to plan and manage and see to it that the entire process can be executed in a proper way, this is the important parameters. And in this there are certain numericals related to that. Please make a note that entire subject is theoretical, but 10 to 20 marks, 10 to 15 marks are related to the numericals, and that is there in your third unit. Okay, and then we will study about the review of the concept of your inventory, and then we are going to discuss about the role of the inventory, that is cycle inventory, then how seasonal inventories, how any product, like for example, now if I just take umbrella, okay, the product, this umbrella is sold into the market only during the rainy season, and different material or different product of the umbrella is taken care in the summer, but you do not require this type of product in the winter season. So at that point of time the production should be stopped. So how the flow, where are you going to keep the storage, etc., you are going to study all those things in this third unit. And then economies of the scale to exploit the quantity discount, then based on this the numericals related to that, that means how the order you are going to place. So out of that order, how you are going to decide which will be the profit, when you are going to hit the market, etc., you will study in detail about that in your third unit first part. And in the third unit second part is the transportation. This is the second, or you can say the major role, which can make a total turn of the entire product flow or the entire process flow of this supply chain. That means if you have not chosen the transportation properly, okay, or if you have not chosen the mode of transportation properly to reach, etc., so it may delay the entire process. So we are going to discuss about in this unit the role of transportation, then factors affecting the transportation decision, and the different modes of transportations, that are your airline mode, then your water mode, that is your water bottle mode, then your railway mode, then your bus mode, or then your truck lines, etc., how you will be defining as per the product, the you can say as per the product demand. And then we are going to discuss about the designing of the transportation network and the concept of tailored transportation. Okay, tailored transportation gave a upliftment of this transportation technique. How exactly what it is we will be discussing in this for, that is your third unit second part. Now in this transportation I told you which mode of transportation, etc. Okay, let me give you an example that if you want any product, okay, to reach on time within a day, okay, you go for either you go for a fax, or either you go for, now some documents if you want to just send, so you either go for a fax, mail, etc. But any product which are in heavy nature, or suppose let me take an example, or a this system or a laptop, etc., so somewhere it is manufactured, somewhere it is assembled, and somewhere are they distributed, and according to the distribution the transportation decisions of the network will be channelized. So as and when you will be delivering the customers, according to that the transportation techniques or the transportation modes should change, and as and when the transportation modes change, the economy of the product will also increase or decrease depending upon the mode of transportation. That is why this entire concept or the play of this transportation plays a very important role. And the fourth unit is about sourcing decision in the supply chain. In this unit you are going to discuss about the roles of the sourcing suppliers, then your scoring assessment, then supplier selection and contract risk, tender, design, collaboration, etc. This unit completely deals with your insourcing and outsourcing of the suppliers products, okay, or it may be somewhere known as any product or any software you may be outsourcing, and with that ERP system you may be working into the entire product to happen, etc. So at that point of time the process of selection of the suppliers, tenders, etc., plays a very important role. So all these things you will be discussing in your fourth unit. Then the fourth unit second part is about the pricing and revenue management. In this entire in this entire unit you will be discussing about the roles of pricing and revenue management for multiple customer segment, and then perishable, seasonal demand, bulk and spot contract, etc. That means every product will not be required all 365 days depending on the seasonal aspect, etc. And with that you need to have certain revenue generation for the entire product to happen, because every product will not sustain for longer time into the market. To sustain them into the longer time into the market, you have to make, or the product or the process or the company or the sector has to make a benchmark of itself to withstand that and then take it into the consideration. Okay, so all these concepts you will be discussing in this fourth unit. Coming to your fifth unit, it is the information technology in the supply chain. Like I just gave you before I started with the exact syllabus explanation, I told you there are various softwares which are developed, okay, to you can say run into the make the entire process much more smoothable or much more you can say feasible to entire product. So we study the information technique, that is IT technology in the supply chain. What is the role of that? What is the importance of that? How is the framework? Then how you maintain or how you have the customer relation management? Then how you have your supplier relationship management, and how they are collaborated and how they make the entire process things easy. Then the next part is your coordination in the supply chain. The entire concept of the supply chain, and then how we are going to make the advanced strategies, how we are going to make the planning for that, how we are going to implement it, how we are going to plan for your inventory storage, how we are going to place the order, and how we are going to select the suppliers, etc. All these are collaborated and taken as the entire supply chain coordination. And within this, if there are any barriers, how the lack of coordination supply chain will affect the entire flow of the process, and the effect of that performance and the obstacles related to coordination of the entire process. These you are going to study in this 5th unit, second part. And the next one is the managerial levers to achieve this coordination. So what are the you can say enhancement of upliftment in the process to make the entire product much more feasible and user friendly and move it in the smooth way. So all these things you are going to study in this 5th unit. So this is all about your supply chain management. You have a textbook known as from Sunil Chopra, supply chain management, that is strategy, planning and operation. Okay, you can refer this textbook. Almost most of the notes or the entire you can say syllabus is covered into this. Only one or two parts which are left out, we will, if I get the subject, we will be discussing with this. So this is all about the supply chain. So remember, this is a not completely theoretical subject, but you can say 90% of the theory subject and 10% of the numerical, which is there in your 3rd unit. Any queries? Any questions? Thank you. Have a nice day.
With this, we are going to conclude the demo session for open electives offered by the mechanical department. So students have to choose any one from these. I hope you understood the demo of all the subjects. Thank you.